that we sent.
Recording is on.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, or good morning. It depends on where you are. We are here now to talk about Sigmund Miklabust case. And Sigmund is here with us. And Sigmund just disappeared. Okay, because sorry, actually Sigmund is working far away in the mountains of Norway, so he has very, very poor connection. That is why our friend Siv is here as well to maybe help tell us more about the story. And with the occasion of the case of Sigmund, we as IAM New Governance, using the OPPT tools, we decided to try to develop further this process by building a record of facts, as we were told often that our affidavits and our documents were not regular because they were not filed in any record in any place. So we created our own public record of facts of We Is IAM that you all can see at the website www.noiaiosono.com. Anyway, it will be shown in the messages. And this is just a trial. It is the first time we do something like this. So now I want to talk shortly about the case of Sigmund and then show you how we built the affidavit for his case and how we are going. Sorry, I realized I made a triangle with my hands. I didn't want to. I'm not involved in anything dealing with triangles. Sorry, because sometimes people say, did she make a gesture? No, it was just. I didn't want to mean anything like that at all. Okay. So we built this affidavit we built is simply the development of the one that came for the government for the last version. We simply we left the text as it is and simply added some formatting tools to have it clear, so that it is clear when you read it. It is not very long sentences or something that breaks your head and becomes clear to read. But shortly we can speak about Sigmund's story, so you know what we're talking about, and then we go directly into the affidavit. And we can start from the registry. So you will see directly how it looks like when it is into the record of facts. Yeah, it's very bad to use the word registry. I'm not used yet to have such great attention, but it is the record of facts. That record goes with core. This is the heart. And also you record the voice, and record sounds like ricordo in Italian is memory. Okay, so we at the end also for easier translation abroad, because we must remember that We Is IAM is spreading worldwide. So all terms should be fitting all languages. And so we decided to leave a record of facts in the English way, since OPPT documents are written originally in English. So we decided to leave record of facts that then can be translated into other languages, but it goes in the main language of the documents. So the friend Sigmund, do you want to say something? Do you have connection or not?
I have connection. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. Yes, you see me. I have bad internet connection, but I hope it's going good. Sylvia have been very helpful and very friendly to work with this case, and I'm very happy to this case happened for me. It's coming from the heaven and giving a case to us so we could use this OPPT document paper to something really good. So I hope this will be a very good happening for everybody of us. So we have today, since this, I have today sent the last email to every involved parts in this case, and yes, it's very much wonderful. I think want to happen in the future. So I think you, Sylvia, have the most thing you could tell about this case, maybe? Or
Yes. Okay. So, what I want to say is that this case starts on May 17, which is the National Day of Norway. And of course, you all know that in this time with this COVID and silly matter, and with all the pressure that the old system is pointing on everyone in every country, we are growing in wish to understand, and there are many movements that try, to reveal the truth in one way or another. So what happens is that Sigmund is a part of a group that decided to send a notice of liability. Beata, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And they decided to send a notice of liability to all the former majors and authorities in Norway, because they are worried about the politics on the health system, on the mandatory vaccination programs, which is not a vaccination, but is a genetic experimental therapy, and so on. So Sigmund and many others sent a document which is called NOL, Notice of Liability, which is more than 100 pages. And so please, if you read it, don't get like this, because the first, like say, 30 pages are just addresses, okay, of all the majors, everybody, really, they went into every little town, everywhere with this message. And the message is, on one way, a bit too, not catastrophic, but with concerning tones and a bit dramatic, let's say. But the content is definitely true, is definitely proved. It has a lot of scientific and medical studies to sustain it. It cannot be denied. So what happened? That many of the majors who received these documents were happy to get it, and they considered the possibility of hanging it in the public mailing list of the municipality, so that all the population could take a look. Of course, some majors politely replied, but said that they were not interested, and that they do as the Helsedirektoratet, or no, it's not Helsedirektoratet. Anyway, as the head of the health system in Norway recommends, so that they just follow this recommendation. And in the area where Sigmund lives, they questioned about his mental sanity. They said, "Oh, you sent us these things, you must be crazy." And so, since Sigmund is living in a house which is far away in the nowhere. Let's say people maybe is not so used to how houses can be in Norway, but they really can be one house here and the next house and 2 kilometers far, and you know, like very far. And Sigmund has some regularly registered hunting weapons, and he's a normal guy. He's not a terrorist. He's not anything like that. And what happened is that through the help of his ex-wife, who cooperates with the police, she is cooperator with the police. The major sent the police from another commune, not from his commune, from the commune nearby, to get to convince the ex-wife to give the keys of the cabinet for the weapons of Sigmund when Sigmund was away for some days. So the police went into Sigmund's house without any permission, without anybody that was there opening. So they just went into the house and they took the weapons and they left a letter into the cabinet of the weapons to say something. A copy of this letter was sent to Sigmund on the day after, on the 15th of July. What is funny is that this copy of the letter says, "Oh, please, could you be so nice to deliver us your weapons?" But they came the day before to get the weapons. So this is a bit of confusion. And what is very important is that they want Sigmund to go to a medical checkup because of his mental sanity. Okay, so this is a trial of silencing the truth, of everything, of letting everything sleep like that. And it cannot be. It cannot be. We are too many. And also the Helsedirektoratet, which is, let's say, the sanitary, help me, Siv, please. How would you translate Helsedirektoratet?
The biggest health organization.
Yeah, the health organization for Norway. They accepted Sigmund's email and they said it was worth attention. And this is contained in the affidavit. There is all attachments with all the proofs of everything we say. So, yes, everything is proved. So what are we doing now? Sigmund had certain terms to reply to that letter. What happened is that the letter was rebutted. It was sent a courtesy notice, and attached to the courtesy notice, not attached, but after the courtesy notice, we are sending this affidavit in which Sigmund tells his truth. And not only, because since we are confronting governative representatives, we confront them on very special, detailed and focal points that deal with the scam and the fraud of the name and the scam and the fraud that governments put on us, on any of us. Okay, so if you agree, I would like to begin from the end, of course. So I show you, first of all, the record of facts from which we can get into the matter of Sigmund, and we can take a look at this affidavit. Okay? And so with this situation, I will be able to show you the record and the affidavit. If you have any questions, or we begin. Please.
Just little short question. Why did they single you out, Sigmund, from the group? if you say that more of you sent the mails, why did they take you out of the group, you think?
Yes, why they take only me?
Yes.
Why? I have posted something in the Facebook, and I have I am called the chief for in the community that didn't post this email in the post list, and I asked him why he didn't post this email, and he know very good about this email. It sounds like they have discussed this very well, and he told me that they could post this email in the post list because they didn't have any case in the commune for this email. So it was nothing. It was like a letter for sale, reklame, and I don't know. I have been out and talk about the OPPT in the front in Norway, and 12 hours before this happened, I was driving a car and was stopping off the police, and then I asked them about the name, and they didn't want to say their name, and I take a video about them, and they talk to me, and they didn't want to say the name. So maybe they see me that I want to use OPPT and this thing more than other people, and I think they want to try to be my affair and stop do this. It's my option to think it, because I personally know many of these policemen and the sheriff, and I have been in the dinner with them. The sheriff in my commune, I have been since I was 12-14 years. I've been my teacher in skiing, and I know them very well. So, and they didn't ask me before they go in my house. They only take this paper and they do that's the order. So it's many things that's it's show that they have been told something from their top chief that they should do it, and they didn't ask any question about what they should do. And in this happening, I get a phone call from the policeman after he have been in my house without my permission, and he asked me for my email address, and I told him that I take record of this phone call, and I asked him for his name, and he didn't want to say it, but I know where it live and who is it, so it was not necessary that he say it, so I know it. But he said that he do it because if he didn't do it, his boss been angry at him. So yeah. So yes, I don't know, but maybe they take me for showing the other people that if you didn't do that like they do, you're being taken away. So maybe.
Wow, you're really provoking them, rocking their boat.
Yes, and also Sigmund is very active on and has always been like that for all his life, you know, looking for freedom in a certain mindset. So he and Siv, they are the two more active supporters of our movement in Norway, and so they are public, let's say. And so I believe they go for the point. If maybe Sigmund hadn't been that well known, they wouldn't have worried that much. But since he is introduced in many groups, as we are doing, everyone, we fight like crazy because we want to get out from this system and from this scam. The problem is not that much the system. The problem is the scam that is imposed on us with the trick of the system. So I guess that's the reason why. Other questions?
No, just thank you, Sigmund.
Okay.
Yeah, pleasure.
So let's go. I show you the video, and we go like this. We go to the website of We Is I Am. It takes a while to upload because there's heavy images, but we're going to work on it. Okay, we can go choose the English language. Okay, and here we can find the record of facts. It is still with the old name, but I hope they will soon change it. Anyway, the record is here. And as you see, there is already another one that came, but we are here. This is, you see, Sigmund Miklebust, I Am, versus all the police which are involved. It is not all of them written here because there's more in the article. This is just an abstract. But as soon as we open, we go into this case. Here we can see all the names of the people who are involved. And here we will find the papers. I know that these titles, they are just a bit light. We are going to change them. But what is important is that now we have the case filed. Okay. So here you can see his affidavit. And let's see it. So you can see, first of all, that it is in 2 languages, side by side, because we wanted to be sure that everything was really matching, every translation was matching, and that there was no problem reading English or reading Norwegian on one side or the other side of the paper. Of course, please, if you find mistakes, be so nice to tell us, because the text is very long and probably, even though we corrected it, revised it hundreds of times, maybe something will still be missing. So please. Anyway, what you can see is just there's a bit different formatting. You remember the old affidavit was only from We Is I Am. In this one, we have that We Is I Am is together with Sigmund, because this is a personal affidavit. And it is not sent to anyone who is entitled to reply, but this is nominal, entitled directly to all of those who are directly involved and that are referred as respondents. And that must reboot within 15 days. Then, as we were told about something which is interesting, this is the matter that anybody is entitled to join a contract. Okay, let's say that his affidavit is it is not really a perfect contract, but it's a kind of contract with the respondent. And by commerce law, anybody is entitled to join a contract. So let's say if the respondent wants to be represented by a lawyer or by somebody else, there is no problem. He is entitled to do that. But since we want the respondent to rebut directly, because they are directly responding on themselves about what they do, we added a fee. There is an admission fee. We said, okay, it is free to enter a contract, but be aware that the only one who is entitled to reply this contract is the respondent. And in case the respondent chooses to be represented by a third party, any third party, here we should have written any third party. My mistake. Anyway, any third party is required to pay an admission fee of 10,000 troy ounces of silver. And this is a big money. It's like 200,000 euros. And which, of course, is not for Sigmund, because Sigmund doesn't want to be rich. But just in case they would pay, it will be donated to the We Is I Am fund. Let's say that probably nobody will ever pay this sum, but in the case they would do, we can make a We Is I Am fund where we collect all these fees and money coming from there. Okay, then this is the same. During these terms, any legal action is precluded and so on. What we added is here, okay? From here we start dancing, because we say that the affidavit is recorded and noticed in the public record of facts of We Is I Am and is visible at the internet address. Okay, here you have the internet address. Then you can say that a copy of a due sworn statement of rebuttal of this affidavit, duly written, testified and verified under penalty of perjury and fraud, shall be sent by the respondents within 15 days after receipt of the notification via certified email or registered letter to the sender's address and in copy to the IIR at protonmail.com. Okay, this we wanted to say because we wanted to give clear instructions about what they should do, so that they don't have to think or to invent anything. But, okay, this other side here is so very, very important, because it says that once the rebuttal terms has elapsed, the outcome of the action is recorded in the public record of facts of We Is I Am, which is legitimately entitled to publicize the outcome of the action by any means, including but not limited to respondent's name and image without dishonor. So we are telling them that the only chance for them to be safe from public shame is to stop doing what they do and cooperate with We Is I Am. Otherwise, in case they do not rebut the affidavit, they will be, we are entitled to mention them in name and image without dishonor. We are telling them, they know.
I have a question here, sorry, just to understand better. So you means that the affidavit for everyone, for Sigmund and everyone, will go in the records of facts just at the end of the 15 days. So that, and when no one rebuttal it, correct?
No, the affidavit is already there.
Published already there.
The affidavit is already there because they have to see that this is true. So okay. we filed it already.
The way it's published, okay.
The affidavit is published, and
but not the image.
No, not the image. Also, because I show you in the very end, you see this line says it is filed in the public record of files of We Is I Am by Assist Foundation on August 12, 2021. At what time? 22:22. It was beautiful. CET. And here is the internet address. So this, let's say, this filing and their receipt date is the term from which the 15 days start. Okay.
So from this date on, 15 days. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I notice here that Sigmund doesn't sign off here the footer of each page with
no,
the
we just placed the fingerprint and this, and only signed the end. But it is anyway fingerprinted and with initials.
But just to say for everyone, that should be with the correct full name also and the fingerprint below the IM number in general. Okay.
Okay. I have this point of stop because you say you should sign here as well.
Yeah, the affidavit at the footer page after your below your IM in the white area, doesn't matter. You can write below your IM code. You should make your signature and put the fingerprint on it, like all the documents of IM that we usually sign off. Okay. But
yeah. Okay. Anyway, this one has gone like this, and it's okay. Also, because in order to be honest, Sigmund is out in the mountains with no printer and no anything. This is added by us. You see, they are all the same. Look at this. Very same was adding by us. So also placing 21 signatures, which were exactly the same, and it sounded a bit, too much.
Just okay, just for who wanna looking now and recording, and that they know how it should sign off. At the end.
Okay. So signature here and okay. But anyway, this point is that after 15 days from when they receive, if they haven't produced any rebuttal, we are entitled to diffuse publicity. And on this aspect, I invite Sigmund and Siv to start to find images of these people. Photos. We want photos. We want to see their face, their nice face, because I think we will use them soon. Okay? Then the text of the affidavit stays as it was. I mean, there was no need of real change, just a small formatting. So all the narration of the OPPT happenings is called like a premise, okay? Because it is not the point now. The point is Sigmund's story. So this is the premise. Then we added the free link as well. So because there was a point, they say, if you go to this link, it will take you to something in which you should register and so on. Yes, but this is the original one. And then we added free reference link, the free one that we can also use because it is easier also for them to go and check all the documents. Okay. Then simply this is the same text. Simply it was divided into paragraphs because it is easier to read. The laws, the financial and management, offices and or orders, titles, and so on. Okay? Just that. This is the same matter of the link. This is the part of the military order. We always called the people respondents, okay? Because also this would help us in with the gender. Because if we talk directly to them, let's say in name, we should use his or her, him, and so on. If we say respondents, we skip that of having to change so much into every document and maybe possibly forget some of the points. Okay, so, and also we felt it is more clear, because when we say him or his, okay, we can understand who you are talking about, but it could be also interpretative. When we say respondents, we are clearly talking about the respondents. Okay. So, yeah, this is another, it is not simplification. All the words are exactly the same, only it has been shared into different points so that it is easier to read and also easier to you. If you want to look for a word, then it will be easier to find. Okay. And of course, all of them have been added this the Latin sentence et similia et idem sonans, that means and those who are like and who sound like. Then, okay, of course, the 1305 is here. Perfect. I thought we had forgotten, and then I had a dream tonight. I said, oh, we didn't speak about 1305, which is the right to remedy, okay? Which says that each affidavit has a right to remedy, if unrebutted, okay? Anyway, this is just the same as before, and then we started, since this affidavit is not a general, but is talking about the specific story of Sigmund, we started with the declaration of facts. And so now we simply declare what happened. And so you can read all the story then, because you can find it in the attachments of the message. I will show you how to do later. So, I am Sigmund Miklebust. You can read the whole story, that he is worried for health and consequences for him and his children, that on May he sent a notification of liability, that all the messages that he received from which commune, which other commune, what they said, they are all attachments, okay? There is a lot of attachments to this affidavit. So, May 20, and then, okay, here you can read the whole story. And the whole story is very, very factual. It has no consideration. It's just journalistic, like a chronicle, like very factual. Let's say, on May 21, 2021, I received a reply from the former Stad municipality where they confirmed that the archived case in the archive, and the former major has taken note of the email. And then on May 23, I received a reply email from former Stord municipality and former Ulvik municipality, see attachments, to communicate my message was received and forwarded. And then on May 23, 2021, at noon, I received a reply email from former Kvinnherad municipality, which is his hometown, see attachment, that states that all dialogue worthy of archives under the Archive Act will be registered in Kvinnherad's municipality public postal journal. 2 minutes later, at 12:02, Sigmund receives an email from his former head of the no, this is Vibeke, okay, from Karriär Hoved Tillitsvald. Kan noen hjelpe meg med det?
It is the who is chosen to talk about the people's good, like how they thrive. It is a care function in the
okay. Okay, thank you. So from this care function in this municipality, Vibeke, she says she is off duty. She is on vacation, and so from May 23. No more answer from Kvinnherad commune. Sigmund's commune. At the end of June, Sigmund calls on the police the former Arkiven department head Lars Nes in the former Kvinnherad municipality and asked him to publish the notice of liability on the municipality mailing list. And as many other majors had done before, but the former Arkiv head Lars Nes tells Sigmund that the major Hans Inge Myhrvold, he could not make a case for this, and thus he would not publish it in the mailing list. Okay, then nothing happens. Sigmund leaves house for a travel, and 2 days after this travel, the former Ullensvang police officer Ingvar Heisedal, he called the former Ullensvang police consultant Ingunn Myklebust, which is the ex-wife of Sigmund, my former wife, to ask if she knew where the key to the weapon cabinet was. She revealed my safe place for the keys without my permission. And on July 14, the former Ullensvang office police officer Ingvar Heisedal, he entered my house, it is Sigmund speaking, without my permission or any title, opened the weapon cabinet, took the weapons and left a copy of the letter reference number in the weapons cabinet. Okay, you see, it is very, very factual, very pointing, and not giving any comment on what it is, simply what it is. Even this sentence that is very important, being my weapon under my full unlimited responsibility, I was given no receipt to testify that my weapons have been removed by the former police or to attest where my weapons are now. Okay? Well, that's why we gave all these very, very detailed points because in the declaration of facts and not in the points to be rebutted for the affidavit. You see, it is called the declaration of facts, because we believe it is not fair to ask to rebut a point which is the plain truth of facts. So it would be not fair, not in honor. What is true is that from this story we can pick out relevant points to ask for confutation. Okay, and so I show you what we did. This is the old story. If you want to, you can read it by yourself. I will show you as soon as we finish here where you can find all the attachments and so on. And then, as soon as the story finishes, we go with the principles of the affidavit. Okay, which are the main points, you know, on which an affidavit is based. After the points, we start with assertions, which are done by I am Sigmund Myklebust. Okay, because he is Sigmund. And here we go with the really pointing questions which are valid for each country. Let's say for Norway, the state authorities, this is the paragraph of the Constitution that says that the state authorities shall respect and ensure human rights and as enshrined in the Constitution and in binding human rights treaties for Norway. Paragraph in the Constitution. Okay, and here we go with all the points that you already know from the affidavit. Okay, some of them have been a bit changed. Let's say this is point 8 that I shared in 2 because I believe it gives 2 points. It is that the report of the birth is transmitted to all the various departments or private entities incorporated to the Norway Kingdom of et similia et idem sonans, and a bond is associated with it. So this is 1 point. Then another point that before was in the same sentence, but the other point is that the value of the aforementioned bond in counter currency provides the guarantee of the solvency of the corporation. Okay, so these are 2 points. Then yeah, I had little adjustments in this in the sentences, but let's say that the meaning is the same. It was maybe a little bit of adjustment, but very, very, very little. And in this point, number 16, we added the crown, which is the British part, okay? Because all the trusts are done by triangle figure. We always have this triangle part, and in this case, it was only in 2 of the 3. There was the Holy See, which is the Vatican. There was the United States of America, Washington, D.C., which is let's say the Holy See is the spiritual part of the power. The Washington, D.C. is the military part of the power. And the London, that here is entitled to as the crown, the London part is the financial. Okay, so all of them had to be in, the 3 of them. So we included the crown. Then, yeah, we speak about documents and especially about, these are the same questions as you all have in your affidavits, up to question point 29, okay, where we go with specific assertions for Sigmund. Like in his case, as a homo vivo in spiritus, a living man and woman, we have the full right and unlimited responsibility to acquire, purchase, use, store, with due diligence, of course, I add, all forms of hunting weapons and its associated parts and consumables. No organization can overrule or dispute this. Okay? Then, of course, we speak about Sigmund's personal life and relations and properties and work, which has been protected by the projection upon the house, upon the company, and upon the little boat that Sigmund has, because he's living up in a fjord in a beautiful place, and we might all go and meet him. Then, let's say a point. I speak about these points because they are something that you might use when you have to write your own affidavits. Because we say that although the tone of the email on May 17 may have been perceived as controversial, the content is accurate and important, and it deserves to be further explored by the receivers and widespread population on the municipality's mailing list. Okay, this is an assertion that they have to rebut. And another assertion can be that, as per attachments, several former majors and even the former Hälsodirektoratet approved and filed my message in their mailing list, considering it worth of attention and further investigation. Okay, so this can be another point. Another point can be none of the replies I received for my email message on May 17 ever mentioned the possibility that my mental health was impaired for cause of my email or of concern and warning. Okay, you see the points. They are different from reality. They are taken from the description of facts, but they go and pinpoint special details and special situation which we think is worthy to point out. Okay, so for instance, the one of the wife is on July 14, the former Ulsvang police officer Ingve Heyerdahl called the former Ulsvang police consultant Ingun, my former wife, to ask if she knew where the key to the weapon cabinet was, and she revealed to him my safe place for the keys without my permission. This is a point, because if they say yes, they accuse themselves. If they say no, it cannot be, because it is the truth. So it is unrebuttable somehow. It is rebuttable. No, it is not rebuttable. You understand what I want to mean with this? The difference between the truth and the points. In order to keep honor, you understand what I mean? Can I have feedback?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, you can read all the documents and study it better. I will give you all the links now. Okay. And then all the points and all the points. The points are finished. Okay. And then we start to give our indication. So what they should do. Respondents promptly and fair execute the provisions of WIS-IAM within the government corporate sphere of competence of the role he or she represents by contacting via email vrjr@protonmail.com. Okay, so they might know how to stop what they are doing, and okay, if they say, okay, I want to cooperate, they know that they have to write this email. And then, of course, we ask for the extinction of any and all judgment. We ask for the restitution of all weapons with public excuse, because there is no need of thinking Sigmund is crazy for doing something like that. And then we go into our remedy, our compensations. Since by UCC 1305, there is a right to remedy. We ask for the endorsement of the legitimate condition of total exemption from taxes, tributes, contribution, and charges et similia et idem sonam for Sigmund Myklebust, IM, DODD. Such legitimate condition shall be recognized and applicable to all private commercial companies which are demanded to recognize and apply it upon request by IM. Okay, any and all contracts of the legal fiction shall be closed with honor. Okay, so when there is this kind of shop-free tax, tax-free shopping, you know, for tourists, there's a lot of time to sign in the shops. No, you go tax-free, you pay, and then when you leave, you go and you get back the money of the tax you paid. And we should have something like that. This is the point. And then the issuance of the release to the banking system upon the establishment of the account 0+ for Sigmund Myklebust, eternal essence embodied, beneficiary of the One People Fund. Failure in refuting this affidavit is valid as a release order, okay? Because this position of getting to the 0+ account is the legitimate conclusion of the OPPT procedure that goes to remedy, okay? Since all the documents became law, ordinances of law, so we are entitled to the remedy. So we want to go to the remedy. Okay. That's it. The affidavit. This is, Sigmund's signature. The witness, Stian, signature. The list of attachments that can be found at this Dropbox link. Okay, so since this is printed, I cannot get the link, so I'm getting it from another part, but you will see it as soon as possible, because then this is very nice. Annex B, state company profiles, because for anyone who is involved in the case, we have the Dun and Bradstreet, Uddlesvang kommune, Kvinnerad kommune, okay? And then there is Vestland Fylke, which is the county where they are. And then Helsedirektoratet is the health managing system. And then we have Oslo Politidistrikt, which is the central police in Oslo, Vest Politidistrikt, the police of the area, Sør-Vest Politidistrikt, Avdeling Seksjon for Grensekontroll FUF. These are those who deal with borders and weapons. And last but not least, Norway Kingdom of. Okay, the point. And this will go to all of these people. What I wanted to show you. Sorry, yeah. Okay, I wanted to show you the link that we can go from here. And that we do. Okay, so this is the link where you can find all the attachments, all the letters, of course, the military order, all the letters that was received at Nedal, Jardal, Lillestrøm, Sarpsborg, so all the letters, the reference email that was rejected. Oh, sorry. And this, yeah, this is just outside, and then, yeah, this is the inside. The letter that was rejected, where it says that he should go. Where it says that the policy is worried because that he wrote more than 100 sides, 100, yeah, to all of them about this COVID stuff. I show you now. Okay. And here it says that they want to, yeah, that they want him to give this letter to his psychologist or to his doctor because they want to check. And then on if the matter goes on, it might become yeah. Oh, sorry. It might become necessary to have this mandatory treatment. Okay, so what I wanted to show you now is the original message from which all this stuff came from. Okay, so that you can see, and it is attached. You will find all these attachments also in the post. Okay. And you can see it is, I make it smaller because a lot of majors, all the majors of every place, all the majors. And then, yeah, yeah. Yes, there is the demand for evidence. You should read it. It is very, very interesting anyway, also for you, because there is a lot of stuff that really cannot be refused. And also I was thinking about using this as a basis for making a special affidavit for health and sanitary system, because this is great. It points out everything about this scam. Okay. So here is all the exhibit, all the letters from the doctors, and also I just go more because there is a lot of information, certified information by studies,
So all of this is in English.
Yeah.
Great.
This is in English, and this is the all the people who sign, all the doctors who signed it, and what they are and where. It is very, very, very deep and very strong. If you read it, you can realize that in the beginning the tones are a bit emphatic, but it is really full of such worthy things. Okay. And they served also the same notice of liabilities to all these European parliaments. So this action is a big action. And you have all the list of all of them who were contacted. Okay, you can have fun in going into this notice of liability, because